Welkom bij weer een nieuwe editie van de Bold Choice, waarin we dieper duiken in het leven van een onderbelichte act. Deze keer zijn we op bezoek bij Loveth Besamoh.
Guilty is charged. My name is Loveth Besamoh. I'm a producer, songwriter, and a performer. I'm also a labelrunner, and I've recently, because of this festival we're gonna play, which is called Post-Psych, I was like, that's a good explanation of what my sound is. So I'd say post-psych music, post-psych rock, post-psych indie. I think that my music can be very vulnerable and like honest, and I like to be honest and very direct, and I want my music to feel like that's what I want to project when I make music. It's not super constructed. Like I don't really believe in like super constructed performances. That it should be free. And my mindset also with everything I do is that free DIY and like openness. It's a rehearsal space, but we also just have parties here, hangouts, jam sessions, events. So it's very multifunctional, and I always wanted a space that was like a how do you say that? Like a hub, like a headquarter to be able to do multiple different things. Yeah. This thing has been around, man. Back home in Cameroon, rhythm is such an important part of like life and like our culture that I've always been hitting stuff. I think my first memory of playing djembe in church was I was maybe 8-9 years old. My dad in church plays percussion, and when they would make me go to church on Sunday, I would like say, just sit in the back. I wanted to be doing something. Then I started playing with him, and my dad's an amazing percussionist, so I learned a lot from playing with him. And eventually, at a certain point, I was like, you know what? It would be interesting to incorporate African percussion into post-punk, indie stuff, and we realized like, it actually works because that's my roots. So that's always kind of in the core of my music. So it works very beautifully with like certain stuff. Always the silence when the kingdom comes. Increase the violence. I write most of the stuff at home. And the studio space over there is more for rehearsing and working on arrangements with the band. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, this is where a lot of things happen. It's always a bit messy in here. So this setup here is like really made to get me going instantly. Like I have an Ableton push here that I use to control Ableton. This is my sequencer, which sequences my drum computer over here, the TR-8S, which I love, and the Micro Freak from Atuya, which I also really, really love. I love combining analog and digital, because digital has I can make things very quick digitally, but analog really adds like character and sound to it. I love the 707 kit from Ableton, which I use quite a lot, almost on everything. And it just has a very nice, consistent sound. And then bass is from my 3-string bass. Walking for a minute, second to It arranges like I'm a huge fan of comic books. I'm a bit obsessed with Spider-Man. Like I have quite a bunch of like classic Spider-Man comics. Like I love fantasy, and I feel like fantasy and comics are kind of a metaphor to the human experience. And with my music, I try to talk about my experience, or like the collective human experience from my perspective. Oh yeah, okay, let's talk about this first. This was a gift from a friend for my birthday. I love J Dilla. I just experiment now and then with like hip hop. And yeah, just his production, yeah, it's fucking amazing. Well, this is a record from Kikagaku Moyo. Kikagaku Moyo is, like I said, one of my favorite bands. Big inspiration. And of course, growing up, smoking a lot of weed and King Gizzard was like, yeah, it was very inspiring. Like artwork, the sound. I consciously or maybe subconsciously never really want to take from the artists I like, but more like being inspired by the fact that they have their own sound. Like all the artists that I like and that I have here, like really have their own. None of them sound like each other, and like that's what really that's what really inspires me. So yeah, King Gizzard. Hello. Like I do love being at home. I think you see that in my house. It's really my little cave. Yeah. But outside is where I get the most inspiration. But there's one spot that I want to show you guys that I think is really cool. Behind here is like it's a path. I like listening to demos. Like once I make a new demo, then I upload it to my phone, put it on my headphones, and I take a walk here. So like here, if I like it or not, it's a cool spot. And also like between rehearsals or like if you just want to get out of the house. So it's a really nice place. Especially like spring, summer can be quite nice. Now it's getting overgrown again, so we probably have to do some cleaning up again soon. Well, for this year we have a new EP coming out. It's called Riverbed. It will be coming out on the 17th of October. And we have some shows planned to support that starting from October. I have a new single coming out next week. I'm working on a new album, like a full-length debut album for 2026, 2027. And yeah, a bunch of shows planned. Also developing more stuff for my label. So there's a lot happening. Music for me is very spiritual. It's freeing, it's therapy, it's a way to express myself that I normally can't. So yeah, music has been really good to me, and yeah, I trust the process, and I want to keep trust in the creative process.